Now, there's usually some sort of sketch here or just the intro, but I just wanted to tell you guys before I start this week's episode, your boy here is actually a lead writer on an upcoming video game coming out next year, which can be wishlisted on Steam right now. So in 5 seconds, I'm going to roll the trailer of that game for you, so if you're not interested, just skip ahead. But if you want to see something else that I'm currently working on creatively in my spare time, check it out. Discipline and authority are vital parts of the healing process.
I was aware of it all, but all of it at the same time was too much.
The body and mind may be resistant at first, but if the body and mind were doing what they should do, they wouldn't need to heal.
It felt like I was falling in every direction at once. It didn't feel like gravity, but it always felt like falling.
I walked in the shadow of death, left the fear. This is a journey through the halls of hell.
Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another reaction in the Fargo series. This is episode 6 of season 4 and it is called Camp Elegance. Last episode, we saw the daughter of the family at the morgue writing a letter to alert the authorities to Nurse Mayflower's activities. She found all that stuff in her closet. I mistook that for the dad's closet a few weeks ago, by the way, thanks to my Patreon Ben for letting me know that it was actually in Nurse Mayflower's house when she was going through those belongings, because I was so confused for a moment about that. So yeah, hopefully something comes of that, but in the meantime, Nurse Mayflower is literally banging her head against the wall in the new hospital she's working in, just because she's not able to kill her patients yet. I do not know why, but I'm assuming that was literally the reason why. And Chris Rock, of course, got back to the dad and let him know that he knew that money was stolen. The dad quickly gave up the location of the two women on the run, but when Chris Rock caught up to them, he offered them to work for him in this war. And I think that's such a great move, first of all, because they are two people that can move in and out of being seen and unseen. It's not someone that's on anyone's radar. They're not people that are easy to find. But also, it's like the classic wild card element that gets introduced in almost every Fargo season. And I love that wild card. You don't know what these women are going to do. Are they going to help Chris Rock defeat the Mafia? Are they going to play them off against one another? Who knows what their game plan is? But it's such a great setup for many different potential outcomes going forward. There was that messed up scene as well when Chris Rock's son and all his friends got arrested at the jazz club, and then the police literally are so corrupt they closed all the windows and just let the Mafia guys walk in the room and talk to them while they were in the cell. Such a display of power in that scene by the Mafia, because if they wanted they could have just shot them all dead right then and there. And yeah, the final scene sucked so much. Chris Rock's consigliere went to the usual meeting place, and unbeknownst to him, Gaetano, yes, I have memorized his name. Yes, I will still alternate between that and Super Mario. And the other guy who's got the O burned on his cheek, the orphan in a box, were obviously there to kill him. So such a shame, because that guy, I mean, it's like shooting the messenger. Like, yes, you can do it, but it's completely pointless. That's the whole reason there is a consigliere in the Mafia, so when shit gets heated, they can send a guy who's simply a negotiator to lay out his side of the argument and hear the other side without all the maniacs with the guns getting involved. That and giving good advice are basically the two sole purposes of a consigliere. So why they chose to kill him, I have no idea, but I think this episode might have a lot of Mafia guys dying, because Chris Rock has armed the Irish, he got those Springfield rifles as well, and he's potentially got these two women working for him. He's got a lot of pieces set up on a chessboard for an absolute annihilation here. So without further ado, this is episode 6 of season 4, Camp Elegance. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it. At this point, I'm just hoping this poor girl has a good time of things episode to episode. She hasn't had a single episode yet where shit has been okay for her.
She is.
Happy birthday, baby girl.
Hey, well at least you might still get a piece of the cake. Yes, Chris Rock got the first piece, but then I guess that's up to him if he's just been robbed and paid back with his own money.
Happy birthday to you.
I mean, yeah, you could have sang it less like Ghosts. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, so these things look like zombies, but they're obviously not actually there, so I'm assuming because they're in a morgue we're seeing ghosts? I hope they explain this shit. I mean, they don't have to fully explain it, it's fine, some things can be creative and ambiguous and fucking weird and just never explain it. It's cool, you know, we have to sleep with it at night, and you as writers can, you know, equally chuckle yourselves to sleep at our expense. It's cool, I understand that exchange happens sometimes, but every now and again I wouldn't mind a little bit more of an explanation into why something's happening, and I hope they at least give me a little bit more of an explanation as to why that's happening. Damn, what did I say at the very start? I've got a feeling that this episode might be very rough for the Mafia. That guy had the look of sheer determination in his face. I didn't even realise that was the detective. I thought it was a Mafia guy.
I'm not just fighting a few Italians. I'm fighting 400 years of history. I'm fighting a mindset.
It's true, yeah. He's not just fighting the Italians because the Italians seem to be looked down on less in society in general, in this time period, by racists.
Imagine if these dolls rose up and became citizens of this apartment.
He's gonna hate that he's moving his ornaments out of place.
You're gonna help me win this war, or I'm gonna put you on the ground. You hear me? Yeah.
Man, Chris Rock is playing this shit so smart because he, again, the chessboard, but that is just another vital piece. He is surrounding the Mafia right now. It's like they've only got a king left and they're just surrounded by loads of fucking cool pieces that can do all sorts of mad maneuvers, and their king's just plodding one piece at a time trying to survive. Nice to see a bit more snow in this episode, Fargo. You took my criticism on board, I see. Man, his shits must look like Cheetos. What, you never danced with a knife before?
Stangazzato davvero però, dottore, eh? Oh. Hey.
What, you don't have a stab mannequin? Oh, what is going on? Some shit's going on down there. That is a lot of fucking gunshots. What is this? This has got to be Chris Rock's gang on the comeback, right? Oh, fuck. I'm assuming that was one of his own guys. I don't recognise that guy, but he looks like a Mafia dude. I want to know what is going on downstairs. This is crazy. Oh, it's the fucking woman! Absolute assassins. Oh, fuck! No way. That was a fucking crazily unexpected scene. I was expecting Gaetano to be one of the main antagonists throughout this entire season. I just memorised his name. Rest in peace, Super Mario.
You see me struggling here.
Yeah, good luck with that. Probably best just to leave Gaetano where he is. That's a smart strategy. I don't know how far they're going to get with that, but you know, better than nothing. Oh, he survived. How the fuck did he survive a gunshot wound to the head? Did he just get shot in the ear? I'm so confused. It looks like a grazing bullet now I look at the side of his head. Welcome back to life, Super Mario.
E poi ti mangio gli occhi. Hai capito?
Not really in a position to back up any of those threats right now, mate. If I was you, I would shut the fuck up.
My man right here started off as a flyweight, worked himself up to welter.
You know he's in for a tough time in that chair when Chris Rock's literally got trained boxers ready to step up one at a time and just beat the shit out of him.
Dr. Senator? Now that's the one that got you killed.
Yep, exactly. I mean, it was completely pointless to kill the consigliere. Absolutely dickhead move. Oh man, keep laughing, mate. You're about to get the shit beat out of you. Oh, he's got the bell and everything. This is gonna be amazing. I want this scene to be 3 full unedited rounds. Single punch and then cut to black, which I was talking during. Go fuck yourself, Fargo.
Beatrice said to come see you.
Can't we shut him up?
Oh, don't say that to Nurse Mayflower. That's all the fucking encouragement she needs.
Do you attend the funerals of your patients?
Of course. It's the Christian thing to do.
She creeps me out more than any other character in this show, easily.
I can assure you, Orietta Mayflower is a Christian citizen of the highest character.
See, when I hear her talk like this, it's like, is she lying to herself, or is she just that good of a liar? Because she's almost got me convinced.
It's anonymous.
Possibly some personal or professional jealousy.
I'm not buying that, Mayflower.
For now, we'll just keep this between us.
Oh, fuck. I do not know how she does this.
Oh, Nurse Mayflower. No more funerals.
No.
Even that, I think, is gonna fuck with her, because she's clearly, got a pattern to her behaviour and certain needs she has to fulfill, with whatever psychology's going on in this psycho's head. But part of her pattern is to obviously kill someone, take a keepsake, attend the funeral. If you disrupt any part of that, it's gonna really be hard for her to stop.
Joe Bulo, out of New York.
Joe Bulo out of New York.
Holy shit, Joe Bulo looks like an absolute giant.
They took your brother.
They who?
De Moulin.
And you know exactly why as well, because you went to the restaurant and shot their consigliere. Are you going to tell them that part?
You ordered this. La sua esecuzione.
No, it was Gaetano and this asshole.
Yeah, what a shit don, because if you were correctly handling that, you should kill both of them straight away. You should be happy Gaetano's been taken. Which you clearly are.
That said, if you want to be boss, you gotta make things right with your brother.
Do you think that's actually what New York said, or if that guy just changed it on the fly because of what he was hearing in front of himself?
I talked to Ebel. You must be some way back on the brink.
At least we're getting to see this character again in a flashback scene. I like this actor.
They're on high alert. I don't even see how we get close to him without triggering World War III.
I think his plan will be in some way to use the detective.
What do you call the bruiser in the other room? I served him up to you on a silver platter.
Sir.
Hey!
Yes, sir.
Alright, that was already him giving up the location of Gaetano. Shit.
Kid swapping time. This Italian wedding we're having. Good riddance.
And yeah, he is going to use the detective to get his son back. That makes sense. I've got to say, if you're actually analysing it from okay, both members of these families are war generals. The mafia guy isn't making a single correct move, and Chris Rock is absolutely killing it with strategic plays right now.
Badge, gun, whatever it takes.
It's insane.
I ain't asking.
I don't know if that's the smartest thing for Chris Rock. I know he desperately wants his son back, but this is instantly gonna deveil this guy as being in the pocket of Chris Rock now. Everybody in the mafia is gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? So if he overrides them with police authority, they're gonna know for a fact that Chris Rock has gotten to him. And then they might just kill him on the spot. He's so stressed about that he didn't even knock on the wall 7 times before he left the room.
I'm expecting.
Oh shit, he's doing it right now. This is so risky.
1, 2, 3.
And there's another kind where the things are behind the bars. And the man.
Also, this might turn bad because Irish might try and protect him.
Them up, break them up, break them up, break them up.
You're in the wrong place.
That was fucking tense.
Bring you in, dead or alive.
Well, he's definitely not going to be able to get the son now.
They got Gaetano. So now, it's war.
I mean, you have to feel sorry for someone just getting bullied off of both sides, and if he doesn't do what one says, they'll kill him, and if he doesn't do what the other says, they'll kill him. But you know what? That's his fault for being corruptible in the first place if he's chosen that line of work, I guess. You know, it'll take some doing for him to win me over though and want him to survive this season. There's parts of his character that you sympathise for. There's parts of his situation you sympathise for. Adversely, when he was arresting Chris Rock's son and just said to that guy like, yeah, you've got too many teeth, and then pistol-butted him in the mouth and shit. I hate seeing stuff like that.
We trade for your blood.
Trade what?
Territory. Cash.
Give in. That's the plan?
Yeah, I don't think Chris Rock should even be thinking about using Gaetano as some sort of trade, because if he gives Gaetano back, Gaetano is going to come for absolute blood. That dude is the one dude you do not want the other side to have. In this situation, there's nothing worth trading him for.
You get rid of that marshal yet?
I wish.
We'll give him the slip.
The marshal isn't the easiest guy to give the slip to. All he seems to do is eat carrots and wonder what other people are doing.
Find out. Or I'm going to turn you into a houseplant.
What a beautiful and poetic threat.
Speak American.
Imagine a mafia don instructing other guys who are speaking Italian to speak American. It just shows his level of disconnect from the culture he came from.
Whose side are you on? It's a simple question. Last time I checked, I'm the boss.
Yeah, he's basically in the pocket of Gaetano now, isn't he?
I know you from when you were a baby.
Do I look like a baby to you? Get him out of here.
Yeah, this boss is still being really weak though. Like, guys showing that level of disobeying and just going against your wish, you would have to kill, even in a time of war. Like, that's the last thing you need in a time of war, infighting. Everybody not doing what you say and all being on the same page. Having unpredictable elements in your gang will always lead to one way. Like, say you're a chemistry person and you're setting up a chemistry experiment, but you put a few unpredictable elements in a few of the glass beakers. What do you expect the result of your experiment to be? Explosion? Potentially.
Boss, they would kill your brother.
Well, that'd be a tragedy.
Yeah, it'd be a real shame, that would. Well, at least they let him downstairs to watch television when he's not shoveled back up into the attic.
We're talking. What do you care?
Boss wants you at the club.
That's the really tall guy that's just came from New York, right? I've forgotten his name already. We'll need to think of some discriminatory tall nickname to give this guy. It's not really any tall Italians in history. Well, I guess, you know, Mario's the short one. This guy's gonna have to be Luigi. Surely this channel is proof that cancel culture is a myth.
They never see you during the day. They're excited.
Well, they're not going. Get your coat.
I wonder how the son's Italian's getting on, because it's one thing, you know, to be away from your family, but it's another when they choose to culturally communicate in very different ways than you're used to. It just makes you feel like an alien. Even if they're still talking English, just culturally, it's such an alien environment.
Someone has written me and suggested that your behavior at your last posting...
I will never stop getting creeped out by this bitch. She's one person I could happily shove a hose up the ass of and then inflate with nitrous until she floated into the outer edges of the atmosphere and fucking died of oxygen deprivation. Is he actually going to kill this kid? Are you shitting me? You're joking me. There's no way this happens. There is no way this show goes this dark.
I think I was dead. A corpse, the sheep, a skeleton.
I was about to say, wait, is this the campsite from season 3? No, this is like 60 years before anyone built that campsite. I am a dumbass.
Go ahead, look. Look.
This definitely looks like a place to kill someone at. Please don't tell me the show does this. Oh, for fuck's sake, something has got to happen. They can't go through with this. Irish has got to show up. This dude's getting shot by Irish any second. Please. I'm calling it. I'm bravely calling it while his finger's on the trigger. Say goodnight. Oh, both happened. Always keeping me guessing, Fargo. Always fucking keeping me guessing.
This is what men do. Snap out of it. We have to go.
You know what? I'm not mad for Irish still killing the dude, because the fact he took the kid, drove the kid to the location, pulled out the pistol and had a shaky hand as he was deciding whether or not to kill the kid, all those premeditated actions, even though at the last second he chickened out, fuck it, he deserves shot for it.
A child soldier, that's what they made me. But that's not gonna happen to you. Understand?
This is the best friendship in this entire season. I love the way Irish is looking out for Chris Rock's son. I didn't know how I'd feel about Irish coming into the middle of this season now, you know, because it started so deep, and I know his dad was a piece of shit, but still, he shot his own dad. It's a tough thing to get over the loyalty, is he a snake, you know, he's got the capability of murdering his own father, but everything since then, he's just been a stand-up guy who's had a rough upbringing, obviously. Oh great, Nurse Mayflower has got her first kill in her new hospital as well. Thank you for ending the episode on that harrowing note, Noah Hawley. I'm sure that will intrude into my dreams tonight. Okay, and that was episode 6 of season 4 of Fargo, Camp Elegance, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, Camp Elegance, what did I think of that? I'll say right off the bat, if people think this is the worst season because of the 2 episodes where we had the flatulence, weird choices like Gaetano slipping on his ass and things like that, I can understand it, but aside from that, in the early first few episodes, I really think this has been a traditionally solid Fargo season. And the first 10 minutes of this episode absolutely shocked me. I had no idea what was going on, but again, I stressed it several times during this reaction, but Chris Rock is showing himself to be a far superior strategist during this war thus far than anybody in the Mafia's side is. Like, Gaetano's just an absolute loose cannon, and the Don is a pushover. But the fact that he first of all knew he had to get the detective on his side because he was the guy with the intel, instantly used the detective's intel to send the 2 women he had the previous episode got on his side through blackmail round to execute them all, and they managed to bring Gaetano to him alive. That is absolutely genius, and I did predict before this episode started that I felt like this might be a rough episode for the Mafia, and correct me if I'm wrong, but not a single dude in Chris Rock's gang died this episode, and a lot of fucked up things happened to the Mafia this episode, so I don't know how I felt that incoming, but I knew something was going to be done after the consigliere was killed. And those 2 women are such badasses as well. They took out that whole house in no time at all. And to see Gaetano just chained and reduced to the state he was in that chair, and he's getting worked on by trained boxers and shit, it's actually quite glorious given how much of a douchebag he's been. Not disputing he's a cool, interesting character, and I guess the wild card element in the Mafia crew, but also he's definitely a bit of a piece of shit, and I could do with watching him get punched professionally for a few rounds. And we got more zombie ghosts this episode. It was a quick scene, and it was as the daughter were blowing out the candles on her birthday cake, but again we saw some sort of zombie or ghost looming behind her. Now these things are seemingly not being seen by anyone else in the room, but I swear when the daughter opened her bedroom door and looked into the hallway, she did see the zombie ghost thing. So I'm slightly confused as to whether these are apparitions, if they're actually there, what in the hell is going on, and as I said this episode, they can leave some things to always be a mystery, but I wouldn't mind a little bit more of an explanation exactly as to what the fuck I'm seeing right now. And yeah, then it culminated in that whole sequence where Luigi took Chris Rock's son out into the backwoods of nowhere to execute him, backed out at the last second, but of course Irish had raced over there and shot the guy just to make sure anyway. And I'm completely not mad at Irish for doing that, and it's so cool because it shows that he now cares about Chris Rock's son more than the Mafia family he grew up with. He sees himself in this boy so much, he just does not want history to repeat for this kid. He wants this kid to have a cool, peaceful life. And the frustrating parts about this episode was the Nurse Mayflower stuff. First we saw the boss in her new hospital confirm confront her because he'd been sent this letter by the daughter, but then she managed to talk him out of taking it any further and just get back to her job. So close yet so far. And then the episode capped with her leaving the room having just murdered another man. Now, I will say, this guy is going to be watching her, this new boss at his hospital, and he specifically said no funerals. As I said, she seems like a serial killer with a pattern, and part of her pattern to feel completely satisfied is to take a trinket and attend the funeral. If I was that guy, after that patient died, I would keep a little eye on his funeral to make sure a certain psychopathic wench doesn't attend. But all that being said, I absolutely loved this episode and I can't wait to see what happens next week. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below and share this around to anyone you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.